Testing, testing. Oh god, I can't even check. Testing, testing. Check. Testing, testing. Check. Okay, now it wants to work. No, now it wants to work. Great. Have to redo everything. Redo everything. Alright, give me a sec, chat. Thank you for persevering with me. That's genuinely... I don't know. I don't know what I did different. Let me pop this out. I can actually put this on screen. Okay. New chat is up. Let me put this chat here. Alright, I'm gonna try something. I wonder if it's what I think is the issue is the issue. First, let's get that on screen. And now my... You gotta be shitting me. Why is my mouse just not visible? I literally can't see my mouse. Great. I'm genuinely just at my wit's end at this point. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I can't see. I can't see what my mouse is pointing at. Not that. Oh my god. It's just work. I don't know. Hold on. Let me try turning the capture cursor. Alright, now I have it back. Holy shit. Oh my god, I am so beyond just my wit's end. Alright. Now I'm going to see if I can just connect. I get the feeling this is the issue. Let me just test. Let me just see. Let me just test. Let me just see. And just there's gonna be a bit of double audio for a second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Alright. Alright, I'm just gonna test how I sound. Okay, no, I sound just fine. Okay, no, I sound just fine. Right. Yeah, I have no idea what the issue was. I have no idea what the problem was, aside my computer just being a pain in the ass. A massive pain in the ass. The microphone's a pain in the ass. Everything's a pain in the ass. Very fun. But with that, hello everyone, it's me, your favorite. I just realized now my yapper isn't working. Let me... Honestly, we can afford not to have that. We can afford not to have that. It's working? Is it working? It looks like it's working now. Alright, I'm just gonna... Just give me a heads up, chat, if my microphone goes crusty again. So I can see if I can fix it. I want to say it was just having so many things active that might have been the cause. I don't know. I'm just beyond frustrated. I just closed my music like an idiot. Holy Lord Almighty, I am just out of my wit today. Okay. Holy God. Alright. Let's just see if this can work. Alright. So, what we're doing today, I'm talking about all my plus 10s, because I thought it would be a good idea But apparently the universe didn't think it was, and has tried to shut it down at every step so far. But, so be it. Let's talk about how I'm ranking these off of. So, right now, this is in order of every plus 10 I've had in the order I got them. It should be simple enough. I'm gonna discuss it by these ratings. I'm putting this music down. I barely feel like I can be heard. Number 1, Usefulness Star. Has this hero been, like, useful to me at all? Has they been of value at any point during my, like, near 8-year FEH career? So if they've felt like an important member of any given team, if they've had any value, then they get this star. Each star is basically equivalent to getting how high you are on this ranking. Experience star is completely dependent on, I guess, how... If it was a pain in the ass to plus 10 them, then they're not getting the experience star, because it was a pain in the ass. And they don't deserve it. If they caused me pain, then they're not getting the experience star. Character star. Do I like the character? It's pretty simple. Am I a big fan of the character? Is that a big reason why I plus 10 them? Satisfaction star. I suppose this can be linked back to, like, do I regret doing this? And if I don't, then yeah, I get the satisfaction star. They get the satisfaction star. And the last star is the exceptional star. This one is basically if in any given field, if any character just does so well, like they're genuinely like, if they're so good that they just don't deserve to be stuck into a tier. Oh my god, don't say that, Dark Griffin. After all of this, I swear to god, if the stream is buffering, then I'm just going to panic. I'm just gonna break down. I don't know what to do anymore. But the exceptional star, basically if I think if a character deserves to basically be in a higher tier because of how much better they are in, like, any given field. Like, if I really like a character, if I think the experience plus 10 them was that good, if their use as a unit is just that incredible, then they can get the exceptional star for any of those fields. And if that makes sense, we'll just jump right into the first one. I say jump right in as if it hasn't been a 20-minute slog trying to figure everything out. So let's start. Roy was my first plus 10 back in 2018. He was my only plus 10 for a long while. And this kit, his seal has probably changed, but he is mostly gone untouched. This is pretty much how I used it. I probably had Heavy Blade seal, actually. That's probably what he had. So, yeah, no, he was my first plus 10, and for that, I did use him a lot. I can't deny that, so he just gets the usefulness star. Experience star. I shouldn't just turn that on willy-nilly. For experience, just getting him, I had at least 2 or 3, like, 5-star pity breakers, but not in a way that, like, annoyed me or made me upset. So I don't think it's... So I think, like, basically whenever its Refined came out, I decided I should just plus 10 him. I thought I liked Roy a lot because of Smash Bros. He was one of my mains in Smash 4, because when I plus 10'd him, it was the pre-Smash Ultimate world. We had no idea he was even gonna get into Ultimate. So, yeah, no, I'm giving him the experience star. Character star, I think a lot of you know how I feel about Roy. I'm not a huge fan of him. He might be my least favorite Lord. He is just aggressively uninteresting and unengaging. Like, I can't think of a single character moment from him. I just can't. Like, Smash Bros. Lied to me and made him think that everything he was just way cooler, and he wasn't, so he's not getting the character star. Satisfaction star, I'm just gonna say, yeah, no. I think being my first plus 10, he was invaluable to me. I don't think there's... I think that he was just very important. He helped, like, teach me how to, like, just build up feathers, just build up the patience to plus 10 a unit, just gather merges. Also, yeah, I didn't say hello despite everything that happened. Hello, Gregster, Absol, Emblem 776, I said Gregster twice, and Dotstiff, and Dark Griffin. Yeah, no, when you, like, it's like, Roy's just kind of like a liar. You think he's cooler than he is, but he isn't. He's just not. So let's just talk about Masked Marth. So, I know this slightly more recent kit. I think I updated our kit in, like, 2022 or something. I just had a bunch of spare things lying around. I know I used her, I just don't remember what. It was probably Arena. I probably used her in Arena, so I think she just gets a usefulness star. Before, I think her kit was, like, Sealed Falchion, of course, but also, like, Fury 4 and Desperation. So she was very, like, milquetoast, very vanilla. Experience star. Look, Grails weren't always a thing. For those unaware and uninitiated, I should actually move her up. Grails have not always been a thing in FEH. And yet, despite that, if you played consistently, you did all the Tempest Trials that were available, you could get your Masked Marth up to +8. That's genuinely that was very, just, even if she didn't have any skills beyond her weapon, it still gave her a very interesting value as, like, basically just Lucina. Like, basically just a premium unit. Like, yeah, she's neat. I think she's a really cool idea. And, like, yeah, no, like, nowadays, like, even when Grails did come out, you only needed, like, 250 Grails if you got all those copies, like I did. So it's like, she's so easy to, like, she was so easy to +10 if you just kept up with the game. It was kind of rewarding in that way. Character star, I do think I like Lucina a fair bit. I just think, like, as a lord, she's up there in that echelon of lords that I do like. Like, I'm not in love with her. I know a lot of people super love her, and I respect those that do. She just got what looks to be an insane ninja ult. Uh, while my satisfaction with that banner is very much low, it's less to do with any individual character choice, and more just the overall, like, feel of it. But let's just not get into that. Today we're talking about Masked Marth, and I do think there's a special sort of just satisfaction with Masked Marth, with being able to have her. Like, granted, I don't use her anymore. She's basically retired. Like, the same with Roy. I have not used Roy in years. I don't think it's possible for me to, like, care enough or invest in him to do so just not going to. Despite the order here, because thanks, Tier List Maker. Alright, so, of course, it's so easy to just say, yeah, all my early +10s are just gonna get the usefulness star, because I use them a lot. But I don't remember what seal I ran on him. You know, Echoes does deserve a lot more. Maskmorph is... she's the most rerun, like, character in any, like, event, I want to say. Like, I don't think a Grand Hero got as many revivals. Obviously, no other Tempest Trials character did. Like, asides, like, a few of them, they only got... They either got none or one. But, you know, so Camus... Yeah, no, when it was, like, 2019, and I was like, oh boy, Grails, I can finally +10 him. And I managed to, you know, just... So here's the thing, with the Experience Star. For pretty much every other, like, Grail unit, I think it's fair to say, like, yeah, he was easy. So they all the other ones deserve the Experience Star. Getting all the Grails required to +10 Camus was in and of itself its own, like, trial. Like, you had to play early AR. And not to say that was a bad thing, arguably, our AR was at its most fun in its earliest days. But back when Feathers were hard to get, back when Grails were hard to get, it was just kind of egregious to try and, like, just get the merges for any given Grail unit that wasn't Masked Marth. And for Camus specifically, he just didn't get any GHB reruns. Like, you could only basically get, like, maybe up to +2 for a long time without Grails. Like, I think they eventually added him to the cycle of, like, weekly GHBs, and that could get you another one. But that's still such a long time to want to +10 this unit that you just couldn't, that I just couldn't. So I don't think in good faith I can say I want to give the experience star to him, because, like, it's kind of just, like, demoralizing remembering, yeah, I wanted to +10 this unit, and I couldn't. That said, I will give him the character star. I'm not that familiar with actual Arcanea characters. Thankfully, Camus isn't just an Arcanea character. And I basically just directly compare him to Zeke because he is Zeke. And I know there is Zeke in the game, but, like, I do like Zeke a lot. I think he's neat. I think he's cool. I think it's neat that he loves his wife. That's a very good character trait to have. And yeah, no, I think just because of how much I used, like, these three in particular, I'm pretty sure. I specifically remember Roy and Camus, just using them a lot. Tatian is neat, but they're both neat. I can't speak on Nina that much because, you know, just hadn't played it. Let's talk about Klein. So, this is probably just another easy one to just roll through. Usefulness, I used him a bunch. He's my first ranged +10 from what I can see. Yeah, no, he's gonna remain that way for a long time. Like, Winter Jafar doesn't come until, like, the end, or, oops, until, like, the beginning of 2020. He cannot beat Brave Felix. The point of the usefulness star isn't to, like, put them in the vacuum right now. Like, obviously, if I were to, like, look at this Klein, like, of course he's not useful at this point. But if we're talking about my whole Fae career, I used Klein a lot, and he was good. Yeah, no, Klein wasn't bad. Like, his Refine was probably what put him on the board for me. Like, it's why I picked him up. Like, he's... Like, having this speed isn't bad for, like, an archer with a brave bow. And, of course, just the obvious Fury Despo set. Like, yeah, no, I used him a bunch. I know I used him a bunch on that. And, like, demote, I'm pretty sure he was a pretty easy demote to finish. I can't speak on his character, because I'm just not that fond on the Alib cast. I don't remember much about Klein. I don't think I don't remember being that engaged by him. But, yeah, no, I don't think I can say, like... It's hard to say that most of my early +10s won't earn the Satisfaction star. And I don't know why so many early on were just... I don't know why so many early on were FE6, or just Alib, when I said I don't like Alib characters that much, but, you know. Well, that clears that up. Let's talk about Cynthia. Cynthia, I'm pretty sure the reason I +10'd her was for the purpose of, like, there was a very neat kit that you could make that she doesn't even have. I looked back, she doesn't even have it. Where if you got Lofty Blossoms from Bride Tanith and used the Darting Blow seal and used Sturdy Impact, you could just get, like, +10 to attack, defense, and speed whenever you initiated. And the concept of that was very appealing, and Cynthia was brand new. So I was like, yeah, I think Cynthia's okay. Cynthia, I can +10 her. And again, early +10, I used them a lot. It's hard not to say that they weren't useful. Experience, like I said, it was like when Grails, I started to, like... I think it was, like, hot off the end of, like, Camus when I started recollecting for Cynthia. But because there wasn't such a long period of time where it's like, oh god, I wish I could +10 Cynthia, but it's just impossible. As a result of, like, that just not being a thing, I don't really mind. So I think she still deserves the experience star. I don't think, in good faith, I can give the character star. I think she's alright, I think she's cute, but when I think of her, I just kind of think Diet Owain, where she's got that energy, she's got that spunk to be like, oh, I want to be a hero, and that's cute. But like Owain just eclipses her in that regard. And that's all I can think of when I see her. That said, again, early plus 10, I used all of my plus 10s early on very much. It's hard to say that I didn't, because they all had value. You know, I'm not using like an emulator for this. I'm using like a direct like my phone connection so that it mirrors what's going on my phone to the computer. So that's how you can see it. Yeah, no, I remember her like recruitment if Crom's her father being pretty funny. Cause like, how do you mess that up? Oh, that's sick dots. You know, as a duo, they're fun together, but all I can think about is like if I guess which one I prefer more. I don't know. Let's talk about Faye, because this is probably the first outlier of the thing. So usefulness doesn't doesn't get it, because I don't think I ever used Faye. I think off of a whim. A lot of these plus 10s in the future are just going to be whim choices. I just plus 10 because I thought the idea of having a plus 10 of them would be neat. But then I just didn't use Faye. Like, oh, I want a plus 10 dragon. I want a unit that's well-rounded. And then she's just kind of mediocre. And I just didn't use her often at all. The experience star I can't in bad faith. I don't think I'm allowed to say that, like, if I can plus 10 a unit off of a whim that they don't deserve the experience star. Because if I can just go, I feel like doing this, then, like, why not? Like, I don't think I can't not give her the experience star. I give Faye a Doom. Yeah, no, hopefully the Switch 2 succeeds. I don't want to just deal with I don't want another Wii U situation. Character star, again, I don't think in good faith I can go, yeah, I really enjoy Faye. Like, she's just a kid. And, like, kids are fine. Kids are kids, but, like, they're not that engaging as, like, a character. I just don't think her cuteness angle sells me enough. And because I just have nothing really to say positive about her, I don't think she gets the satisfaction star. Which, yeah, it's just a shame. Moving on, because this is probably the first one that I really wanted to talk about. Let's talk about Soleil. So, let's just start off the first one. For usefulness, she earned usefulness. Soleil was my carry in 2020. She was incredible. It's not shown here. I used Repel and Bellringer, and she was just bulky. She would just heal up any damage that she would take, which would be reduced by Repel. She was really good, and honestly, because I just remember so clearly using her so often, and her being so valuable, she's just getting the exceptional star for that. She's getting the exceptional star. Experience, again, she was kind of like a whim plus 10, like, I have was it because I had Bellringer? I think I just theory crafted, hey, putting Bellringer and Repel on one unit sounds pretty good. What demote sword unit can I make that work with? And I had just had the Soleils sitting around, I suppose. So yeah, no, if I can plus 10 her off a whim, then yeah, no, she earned it. Let's skip the character star and just go to the satisfaction star. Because yeah, no, there's no regrets with plus 10ing her. She was exceptional. She was one of my best plus 10 units. Yeah, it's because, like, she just carried me. Like, Bellringer is so good. Like, for those that even remember, I don't know if the video's still up, I just straight up made a video talking about, like, Soleil builds and how good Bellringer was on her. Like, she was just exceptional. And, like, I think her Refine is slept on a bit too, like Soleil Shine. When it came out, it just did what it needed to do. It was Fire Sweep, and it gave her stats, and it gave her cooldown acceleration. Those are some very valuable effects to have on a demote weapon. Now, let's just get into the character star, because reluctantly, I can't give it to her. I just can't, because whenever I think of her, I just think of, like, they really fucked up her almost being, like, a queer icon. But, like, not only, like, of course it's disappointing that she can't marry any women. Like, she's gaga over girls. She clearly loves girls. Laszlo can go, oh yeah, she's also into men, as much as, like, he wants, but it doesn't matter if the game itself and the writing itself only shows her going, like, crazy and getting infatuated with other women. So, like, that, like, aspect of her is just, like, it's failed. Like, I don't get why she couldn't at least be a female Corrin as support. They really failed her there, which is such a shame. She has such a good design. And on top of that, it's just, like... It's also just a matter of, like, I keep going back to the Ophelia support, where Ophelia is uncomfortable with Soleil's flirting, so she uses the magic spell. Hold on, I need to readjust this. Didn't realize that was off. I don't know how to change that then. Okay, that's whatever, I don't care. Yeah, no, that's just clipping through, I guess. I don't know what's wrong with that. I think I can adjust that like this. Yeah, no, I can't. Oh well. Alright, so what I was talking about. Yeah, no, it's because, like, he just, like, it's just shown, they try to, like, paint her, like, her being so sapphic as, like, childish, and something that annoys other people. Like, how else am I supposed to, like, take that other than, like, kind of, like, just homophobic? Like, yeah, no, don't worry. Like, Soleil, you'll marry a man, you'll grow out of it. We're talking about Jafar now. I'm not happy with discussing how they handled Soleil. So Jafar, first Tempest, no, not first Tempest trial unit, that's a blatant lie. Martha's right there. First seasonal unit, I suppose. So, yeah, no, Jafar definitely got a lot of use. He was one of my Arena Core units for a long time. I think until... It might have been, like, till Manuela showed up. Like, I used him a bunch. Like, she was a great concept for a character, handled just awfully. Like, there's also the gay conversion stuff in the Japanese version, but that's not the version we got, so I don't think it's fair of me to, like, speak on that as if I'm completely knowledgeable of it. But, you know, Jafar, yeah. Experience, he was a free unit, easy to do. I like Jafar a lot. I think he's probably one of my star characters from Alib. He was just really useful. Like, when I plus 10 him, he's fun to use in FE7, even if he's not perfect. And yeah, no, Satisfaction, like, he just, all around, solid. I don't think there's any field where I can say, yeah, no, Jafar was... I mean, like, Alright, so I said that, like, yeah, I used him in my Arena Core for so long, like, at least until Manuela showed up. And that's, like, that might be, like, what, 2 years? 3 years? What year did Manuela get released? Was it year 6? No, no, she was year 5, because Annette was year 6, and then Yunaka is year 7, because I tried to plus 10 at least one Christmas unit every year, specifically starting with Jafar. And yeah, no, I like him. I think he's neat. I think he's cool. And I don't know, like, because, like, yeah, of course, using him that long says something, but a lot of it was just for the sake of having a score battery. Like, he was one of my best scoring units for the time. So I don't know, I just don't feel like he should get the exceptional star. That's just my thoughts. Mini Nerva, where is she? She's not even here. I don't see her anywhere. Thanks, tier list maker. Alright, let me add her. Hold on, I think I actually have to add all of them because I can't just add them one at a time. It says 51 files are selected. Chat, do you see her? There she is! Why was she all the way over there? Mini Nerva. Again, like, just... Alright, usefulness. Really good. Like, this kit that you're looking at right now is what I used on her for, like, a pretty decently long time. And guidance in this seal. She was very good. Like, she just handled things very efficiently. I think she's really neat. Let's just do that. Experience, again, free unit. There's a lot of free units and demotes early on for me, and it's hard to say, like, you know, character. This is tough, because, like I said, I haven't played Arcanea. I don't have a first-hand experience of the story. I think... Let me actually turn the music up again. Alright. You know, I think... Arcanea... Like, rather Minerva, rather. Like, she just has that aura of, like, a character that you get into Arcanea because of how cool she in specific is. Like, that makes sense, right? Yeah, no, because, like, she's just... Like, I think, like, naturally, like, obviously not the baby version, but, like, Minerva as a whole is just really cool. She's got a sick design. She's got... And now it's... Hold on, chat. Sorry, I got interrupted there. I don't know what I have to do to just, you know, not be interrupted when I'm trying to fix and just do this. So yeah, no, like, I think just... I don't know, I don't feel in good faith I can just give her the character star, though, at the end of the day. Satisfaction star, though, yeah, no, she earned that. I don't know if I can say anything about the exceptional star. I don't think there's anything in that regard that I can speak on. Annette. Alright. So this will be a wash. So, yeah, no, I love Annette. She's one of my favorite characters in the whole series. Like, hold on, that's the usefulness star. Let's talk about the experience star. That was a very easy... I mean the character star. Because she was not easy, but, like, she wasn't... For my first 5-star exclusive plus 10, she went pretty smoothly. Like, I think I got 5 to 6 merges. I think it was 6 merges on... Not merges, copies on her debut. And that made her really useful. And then when her banner reran, I got the last 5 in a pretty reasonable amount as well. And yeah, no, Annette's one of the few units. You can look at her kit. She's one of the units that I still get use out of to this day. And of course, I don't regret plus 10ing her. She's fantastic. She's great. And because I love her so much as a character, she's getting the exceptional star. She's our first 5 out of 5. I think that's fair to say. Like, it's not only just character, like, again, usefulness. I still use her to this day. She still has value as a unit. She's really solid. Like, I wish her support was more oriented towards, like, support, but that's just how it is. It just didn't work out. Yeah, Annette gets 5 booms on the boom meter. Boom! La Rochelle. This one hurts. This one is going to be so hard to talk about. Because... Hold on, let me turn the stars off. Let's just get the easy one out of the way. She gets the character star. I love La Rochelle. I think she's like Sacred Stone's standout character for me. She's so quirky in, like, a good way. Like, she's just an autistic woman going out doing holy missions with her D&D party. She's fantastic. Like, I love her. I love Dazla. Laura Shell's great. You know, I'm giving her the exceptional star for that. I'm giving her the exceptional star for character. Like, she's fantastic. This is where the rest of it goes down. Let's get the other star she's getting out of the way. Experience star. I think it was when her Refine came out. I plus 10'd her off of a whim. Like, I just had the feathers. I really just wanted to make her work. I always wanted to make her work, but it was just difficult. But, this is where it unfortunately falls down. I just never used her. I didn't use her much at all. Like, despite the skills, despite everything, I just couldn't make her work that often. I just don't think I can give her the usefulness star. And because I have so much dread just talking about it, just thinking about it, I don't think I can give her the satisfaction star either. Because I just don't think, like, with what I have presented to me right here, she's that great. Which sucks, because we're gonna talk about the other Lara Shell ult that I plus 10, and she'll do better, thankfully. But it sucks so hard to just put the base one so low. Let's talk about Felix. So, Felix was... Let me reset the stars again. So for usefulness, again, he was one of my longest lasting, like, plus 10s. He's very valuable as, like, an arena score unit. Like, I used him a lot there. Did I give him a save? Because he came out right before save skills came out. He doesn't have a save skill. That's interesting. Because I'm pretty sure he came out just right as, like, save skills, right before save skills became a thing. So that's kind of surprising that I just never gave him one. So he was kind of just a score bot for the most part. I did, as you can see, I gave him Arcane Nostrond, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's not on screen, what is wrong with me? So I gave him some things. Like, the point is, regardless of whether he was useful or that good in combat or not, I used him a lot. And that just has value. So he gets the usefulness star. Experience star, I think it was around with Felix. Maybe he was one of the last ones where, like, I was getting Grails gradually, and I couldn't plus 10 Grail units immediately. Like, as soon as I wanted to, like, I couldn't do them off of whims like I can do now. Like, just for the record, like, let me show you. Not shop. Come on. Like, I've got 8,800 Grails. And that's because I just plus 10'd Marnie yesterday. Like, I have the Grails and I have the feathers to just spend and waste on, like, any demote. Like, at least 2 demote units or Grail units that I want. And, like, I couldn't do that before. Character star, Felix was one of my standouts when Three Houses was new. I think he's an extremely interesting character to pick apart and engage with. But now that my media literacy is just overall generally better, and I think it's easier for me to do that with a lot of other characters, while I appreciate Felix for being, like, the start of that, I can't, like, in good faith give him, like, the exceptional star, where I think he was that interesting and engaging that I just managed to keep up. And it also doesn't help that his Brave ult is a fucking bastard man. He is a bastard man that ruins everything. He gets the satisfaction star, though. Isn't that great? Let's give a round of applause for Felix, yeah! Nina, alright. This is a big one. Very big one. Do I even need to explain this one, actually, chat? I'm going to anyway. Usefulness. I'm pretty sure they're all still up. I'm pretty sure all my Nina videos are still up. Well, let me check something. I just want to make sure my, like, stream is caught up. Okay, it is. La-di-da-di-da. Di-da-di-do. Who's adding me? Okay. Alright, sorry about that. So, Nina, usefulness. I know, it's fine, Gregster. I don't mind that you don't like Nina. We're not gonna point and throw eggs at you. That's fine. Because I do. I have enough care for her for both of us. But usefulness, I made so many just true solos with her, and some of them were so fun. Like, let's just put satisfaction, let's just put exceptional star, all of those on the board right now. Let's just jump her to 3 out of 5 immediately. Like, making those plus 10 videos, I mean, not plus 10, just making all those true solo videos were so fun. The Legion video in specific was one of my favorites because of how much, like, trial and error went into it, but it never felt like it was implausible, and I proved that it wasn't. And I feel like a genius for solving that one. And that was back when she was like, what, +1 or somewhere, but either +1 or +6. Like, that was fun. Character star, obviously, she just gets the, if I could give multiple exceptional stars, I would, but I can't. That's not how the rule works. But, experience star. This might be more controversial because of what I said with Camus. Because where I said, like, oh, it was so disappointing that it was, like, you had to wait so long to even, like, conceive the idea of +10ing him. For Nina, I forget when I decided I'm just gonna +10 her. It was long before Annette got in the game. I'm surprised that Annette got to be my first 5-star +10 before Nina could. However, despite that, like, whole process being long, it was a long journey, I felt like it was just satisfying the whole way round, because, like, I kept showing, like, through those true solo videos that it was possible, that I could do it. So, like, not having her at +10 never, like, diminished the experience for me of, like, being able to finish her. So the satisfaction of being able to actually do it wasn't one of relief, but of, like, triumph. It felt like I really just accomplished something I was so proud of. And that's what she gets the experience star for. Let's talk about Ninja Zyhar. So, usefulness. He's in an interesting place. Because when I +10'd him, I didn't use him for a decent while. He had no skills. He just didn't have anything. Like, I didn't give him much fodder. I didn't give him a... Yeah, no. Regular Zyhar Gwen. Honestly, Tilius is just pretty screwed in that regard. But, as for Ninja, it took a while, but once, like, the arcane weapons came out, and attack speed finish came out, like, my brain just went into overdrive. Like, it's time for me to, like, retire Soleil, and, like, start using Zyhark. And the experience, +10ing him, I didn't mean to. I ended up +10ing him on, like, Pirate Bridget's double special heroes. And I got 10 of him. I only had 1 copy from his debut. I got 10 of him off of that banner in, like, 400 orbs, so it was, like, the normal DSH rates. Except for the fact that 7 of them came home as 5-star. So it's hard to be upset over that. Like, I don't think that warrants the exceptional star because I just didn't care about it. For too long, I just didn't care about it. But eventually it worked out, and I'm glad that I did. Character star, I think Zyhark is cool as fuck. I think having a character's main trait be, yeah, I fuck with other races is pretty neat. I think it, it somehow, like, just holds up pretty well. Like, it doesn't feel, like, heavy-handed with how he's like, written, or how he's defined. Like, yeah, no, he's just an extremely tolerant and accepting person. How can you not like that? Satisfaction, yeah. Yeah, no, I think he gets that. I I wish I could, like, give him the exceptional star for usefulness because he effectively replaced Soleil, but I don't think I ended up using him enough, like, nearly as much as I used Soleil during year 4. So I don't think, in good faith, I can give him that, but I think he can at least sit in 4 out of 5 pretty comfortably. I think that's fair. Ninja Hana. I can't believe... Maybe I didn't, like, plus 10 grill units as fast as I thought back then, because there's no other reason why I plus 10 Zyhark before Hana, but I know for a fact I did. So basically, I used her just about as much, not as much as I used Zyhark, I used her less, but she still got used enough to warrant the usefulness star. Experience star, yeah, no, free unit. That's what she gets. Character. Hana was my first S support in Fates, because I got Birthright instead of Conquest first. And while I don't have any regrets on that, because I still have, like, all 3 games on, like, my 3DS, Hana was so boring. She's not that engaging as a character at all. Like, I just remember her supports as, like, I just want to get stronger. That's great. It's not that I regret it, because it's not like I have any major Fates S supports. She's getting the Satisfaction Star, and that's it. It's just, I don't have much I can talk about with her character-wise, because I just don't think about her that much. Like, she has a great design. She's got a fantastic design. And that's about where the compliments end. Ilyana. Where is she? Why is she back here? Why does it do this? I numbered them so it wouldn't do this. Ilyana. Alright, usefulness. Yeah, no, it's a shame she's voiced by Karen Strassman. It's a massive shame. Ilyana. Yeah, no, I'll get into why she's plus 10 in a moment, but like Faye, I just didn't end up using her. Like, at all. So for, like, Experience Star, this is gonna be interesting. Because I might as well just grade her with the reason why she gets the Experience Star. I kind of just ended up doing a race between who could get plus 10 first, Nino and Ilyana. And that just really spiced up summoning sessions during, like, year 5. Like, that helped, that kind of just gave me that, like, oh, I wonder who's gonna end up getting plus 10 first. It was almost exciting. It was like, I've never had anything like that again with, like, Faye, because I just don't want to, like, plus 10 that many characters. And yeah, no, for that, I think they both get the exceptional star for the experience star. Because I just think that was just really fun. That's about where it ends, though, because character star and satisfaction star, I've got nothing to say. I don't hate Ilyana, I'm just not really fond of her. Like, I think she can eventually earn the usefulness star if I feel like investing in her, because her PRF is pretty solid. Like, it's genuinely not bad. But, yeah, no. That's about it. It's also, yeah, it's weird that she just cut the line so hard on Resplendence. There's such a purple-haired, like, dev at IS that is just pulling this so hard. Like, I don't know why she has 2 ults and a Resplendent already. But, we already partly scored Nino. Like I said, they both get the experience and exceptional star. I don't think I ended up using Nino that much as I wanted to, because this Pelagian Torch build was something I was so excited to do. But, I can at least give Nino the benefit of, like, I like her a lot as a character. Like, again, it's like, with Jafar, they're very charming together. I think it's a very well-told story within, like, within, like, FE7. I think they're great. So that summarizes them up quickly. Brigid. I don't understand this line. Let's see if I can remember this. Where's Manuela? Alright. Yeah, no, I love Brigid. Like, let's just get the character an exceptional star out of the way. She's... bounces between, like, whether I want to admit, like, whether Patty is actually my favorite or not. It's either her or Brigid. There's no denying that. I think, like, her role in FE4 is already neat, but, like, Avel as a character is just incredible. Like, she helps push it over the edge. That Brigid is just a person that is made of justice. Trickster, don't worry, we'll talk about that when we talk about that. And yeah, no, I've gotten good use out of her. And just summoning for her, like, it was a decent time. Like I said, like, I got Zyhark to +10 on her DSH. I think I got her to, like, +4 or +3. I know on debut I saw her and I was like, I shouldn't go in that hard. I'm just gonna get to, like, a very low merge and quit. And I did. So she's getting, you know, that. And of course, I'm not unsatisfied. I'm disappointed they don't do pirates anymore either. I'm disappointed she doesn't get a PRF so she won't get a refine. I think that's very disappointing. But, I think that's it. Like, there's not that much to speak on. I miss pirates. I hope Brigid gets on the new Heroes banner in December, which should be FE4. If it's not FE4, I don't know what it could be. Ashnard. You just reset the stars. So, he gets the experience star because I finished him on a whim. Hello, Jazel. I finished him on a whim. That's about honestly where it ends. I didn't really end up using him as a character. As an antagonist, he's neat. He's pretty different for an FE antagonist. But I don't think I just, like, am invested in him enough to just give him the character star. And as a result, I don't think there's anything satisfying about having him. Like, I don't even have the satisfaction of, like, picking out his build. Like, I just went with whatever I could get in Hall of Forms and called it a day. You know, he's a solid villain. He's a pretty good villain. I just don't fuck with him that much. Manuela. Hold on, actually, I just thought of something. Just give me a sec, chat. I don't know if I can turn off all notifications. Oh well. Manuela. One of my... Hold on. One of my arena cores, hard not to, like, say I like her. She helped me deal with, like, Duo Byleth for a while. Before I, like, quit Fae for a while. I'm honestly... No, I'll be honest. Like I said, part of the reason I have her +10 is because I thought, well, I +10 to Christmas unit 2 years in a row. Let's see if I can keep that up. And, like, between Manuela and I think Ignatz, I ended up picking Manuela as, like, the easy unit to +10. And I don't regret it. She's been very useful. Yeah, no, getting Nerd +10 was a pretty normal experience, not painful. Character. I think Manuela's a fucking riot. I think the fact that she's just a giant slob, and yet, like, she's like such good comic relief, and yet never feels like she's incapable of having serious moments. Like, she feels like a very, almost like, fully realized character. She's really solid. I think she's sick. I agree, Karate, but I don't need to bring that up. But yeah, no, I think Manuela's pretty awesome. Satisfaction, yeah, no. She was very good to use. She was very solid, she's strong. She added so much to my barracks. I don't think in good faith I can say she was so good I can give her the exceptional star, but that's about it. Oh, I forgot. Wrong button. Ben. This is gonna be another hard one. Because I don't remember what. It was probably as refined. But like Finn, I think I played Thrace and I was like, God damn, Finn is so fucking cool. I have to plus 10 him. But then I kind of just never utilized him that much. Like, as you can see, I basically killed a Brave Irika for him. Let me get some water. I've been talking for an hour. I've been upset about this microphone for 20 minutes. But yeah, no, I don't think in good faith I can give him the usefulness star. But experience star, yeah, no. I finished him off a whim. If I can do that, I can give him the experience star. Character, he's the GOAT. He's so sick. He's really neat. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Gergster. I think he's pretty great. And despite not using him that much, I think he deserves the satisfaction star. Like, I think it's nice just having, like, such a pretty neat character that I like a fair bit. This kind of invested, like, this satisfied. Like, if I can give it to Larshell, I can give it to him. Moving on to the other Thracia unit that was immediately after him. Scion Nana. Yeah, no, Experience star? I don't use her. I don't have that many opinions of Nana. I know you're a big Nana fan. And it's not that I dislike her, but I just don't... I don't know, I just don't resonate with her. Like, I know that she has like, the respect for her mother, and all of those, like, qualities, but it just feels like so many of the child units have that, and, like, not in a way I just find myself resonating with as much as, say, someone we'll see very soon, eventually. But yeah, no, like, I hate to say it, I just can't give her any higher. Like, not in good faith, like, I just don't use her. And it's hard to find use for her. And, I don't know, I can explain why when we get to... Where is she? When we get to her. But yeah. Legendary Marth. This is fun. Usefulness? Yeah, no. Whenever it's like fire... Not whenever, but... Fire season rolls around, and it's nice to have, like, this guy as a bonus unit. It was, at least. And then he got that Forma, and he's pretty alright, but he's not super stellar. His Refine was really good at the time, but because, like, pure stats will never just hold up that well. Yeah, no, he hasn't aged gracefully, but he's aged well enough to get the usefulness star so that I have used him. Like, around the time when I plus 10'd him. Speaking of which, that was its own doozy. So to start with, on his debut banner, I forget who he was sharing with aside Sword Reinhardt. But I know for a fact I got 3 Reinhardt and 3 of the other focus unit before I got 1 Marth. And that was frustrating. And then the Sothis banner came out, and I got, like, I think 3 Marth before I got a Sothis. And then some other banner came out, I can't remember which, and I got another 3. So it's like, yeah, the first one sucked to get, but the next 6 were pretty reasonable. And then I think I finished him off in a Discord VC. Some of you might have been there, I'm pretty sure. Where, like, I finished off my Legendary Marth. And that in and of itself was just a fun experience. I think I can give him the star for that. Character star, can't speak on him. I don't know enough about Marth. I have not gotten that far in Shadow Dragon, and that's all I've done. Satisfaction. Yeah. Yeah, I've used him. I enjoy using him. Sometimes I use him in AA if I want to deal with a dragon. I think that's fair. Let's talk about Claude. Summer Claude. So, I know I used Claude a fair bit when I plus 10 them. Like, we're getting into, like, very recent territory. Like, Claude came out, like, what, 2 years ago? Like, yeah, no, a lot of these units are going to be super recent. Like, I picked up my production of plus 10s very fast. So, yeah, no, Claude was useful. He was a normal, like, seasonal plus 10 project. Seasonal demote plus 10 project. I don't think there was ever one that I don't think was unreasonable on that list. So yeah, that's a solid experience. Character star. I do like Claude a good amount. I think he's got good charisma. His charisma is basically what led me to go golden tier in the first place on my first route. So I guess I can give him that. And like, yeah, no, he was fun. He's still sometimes fun to play around with. He's not bad. Like, it's hard to say, like, a Brave unit with Fallen Star is not great. Because he's pretty good. I think so. Discount Patty. Alright, so... Pat's pretty alright. Despite this kit, it doesn't speak wonders to what I actually used her for. I used her with, like, I think it was just Swift Sparrow, Wind Sweep, and Attack Speed Oath 4. As well as, like, Courtly Fan. Let me reset these stars. But, I can't remember using her that much, is the thing. Which sucks, because I want to give her that. I remember, like, plus 10ing her was a decent experience. She's... Yeah, no, she's fine. I think Kath is funny. A lot of my headcanons about her is just that she's just a big dumb idiot. But that just makes me endeared to her a lot. And I think just having her around boosts my quality of life. And I think it's just really funny that her base weapon is just a fucking mace. I don't know why she has that. Yeah, no, I think Catherine that. I think that's fun. Frederick. So... I'll tell you why I plus 10 Frederick, because I do like Frederick a lot. I like finding excuses to plus 10 characters that I like, but I just don't have, like, a good reason to. Like, I don't think in the moment I can make anything of value with him. I got a pity breaker of Fallen Gustav, and I was like, alright, feeding into Frederick. So because he was a whim, he gets the star. I don't use him. He's not that useful, but I do like Frederick a lot. And I don't think any other star I can reasonably fill. Summer Fiora, who is over here for some reason. Very much the same thing. I think we got Florid Cane, and I was like, wow, Florid Cane, a Kanto weapon. I know what I should do. I should give it to a unit that can get a near trace skill anyways. So, again, she was a whim character. Faye did make me warm up to her a lot. I can't think of anything about her from actual FE7, but her Forging Bonds was so, like, character defining and funny that I just like her a lot now. But yeah, no, we're kind of just zooming through these. Because we're just getting through, like, my whim plus 10s. The ones that I just did because. Okay. This one's gonna be interesting, right, chat? Duo Nina. So let's start. Again, she's one of those units that I still use today. Like, despite this kit being a little outdated, she still sees a lot of use. Her just having an on-command panic button and also be able to move 4 spaces every 3 turns. She's good. I like using her. Let's just give her the exceptional star now, because having still used her, it's nice. Character star, of course, I love Nina. We don't even need to say that. Satisfaction star, I still use her. Of course she earned that. Experience star. Fucking no! Oh god. When she debuted, she was fine enough. But again, for those that were there, you know what happened. You know that, like, on that double Special Heroes in December, that fateful night, it took, like, 500 orbs between, like, the last two copies that I needed. Like, the +9 copy came around, like, summon, like, 30. And then, like, it took forever to get the last one. If I could give a negative star, I'd give her that. That was so miserable. And if I wasn't, like, in the company of so many friends, I think I would have gone insane. And I think I did go a little insane. I was singing Wonderwall. We were singing Wonderwall when the last copy finally showed up, just because I was so broken mentally. And the sucky thing is, I have to immediately follow that up with Christmas Annette, who I was also trying to summon for that night, but I couldn't because Nina ate all my orbs! The Christmas Annette, Arena Core unit, scored great, used her a lot, she is very bulky, love her. Experience. At first, she was not a good experience to +10, because I think I got 2 Elise before I got a single copy of her, which is asinine. It is asinine that I got 2 copies of, like, a random, like, 4-star special unit before a seasonal demote. Like, considering that happened immediately after having to finish Duo Nina, it was mental. It was insane. And then I also got 2, like, Tyne on that banner, too. So I was just, like, mentally just broken. Like, eventually it rounded out, and she was a pretty normal, like, +10. Like, it's just because that experience was in the shadow of +10ing Duo Nina. Like, I don't think it's fair to judge it based off that, because in its own bubble, she was pretty reasonable. Character star, of course, she's getting the exceptional star with that. I love Annette. And yeah, no, she's getting the satisfaction star. I loved using her. She was so good at just tanking ranged units. Like, despite being, like having no PRF and honestly not having great inheritable bow options for what she is, she was really solid. She might still be okay now. I can't say. Sorry, I just, like, readjusted in my seat and it just... And then immediately following that, we have to talk about a character I plussed in immediately after, New Year's Pan. Usefulness, she also got a good amount of use. Experience. I remember this one pretty clear because it's relatively recent. Like, it was not last year. It was 2 years ago. But yeah, no, I plus tender, and I would just put on, like, the first, like, mob psycho, like, OP, and it would consistently, like, bring a copy every time I did it. It was really funny. I don't really know why I went for her. I think I thought she was just really good because I don't really care for Pan as a character. But, yeah, no, I'm glad I did it. There's no regret with, like, doing it. I think she's alright. Norn. Summer Norn. So, this one's pretty cut and dry. I got a rearmed Ingrid. I thought, God, who wants Arcane Lewin? I know, I'll make my choices. For speedy infantry lance units, it's pretty limited. Let's just do Norn. And I didn't use her. And again, like, if I can just plus 10 a unit off of a whim, then they get the experience star. Character can't speak on her. I haven't played Arcanea. Satisfaction star can't speak on. I turned off the experience star. My bad. There's not much to say here, because when it comes to Lance infantry units, we'll get to him in a brief moment. Let's talk about one of the most bizarre ones. She might be the most bizarre unit I'll be talking about tonight. Because, so, alright, so let's just start. Let's just give her the satisfaction star, because I think it's funny. I think thinking about her is funny. I think thinking about the experience that I dealt with her is just so unique to her. So when CYL2 was new, I was hot off of, like, having a horrible experience with, like, the summer Takumi banner. God, I'm not talking good. I was hot off of that going awful. I got 4 summer Lins before I got a single Takumi. I kept getting past 4%. It was miserable. And then immediately after that, I went for Veronica, and I just wanted one copy. I just wanted one copy, and of course that was a pain in the ass too. That was pretty miserable. That was a miserable experience. And, like, going back to back, just going for colorless, that just didn't work out. Sucked. However, when I did get that copy, I used her a lot. And, like, even though she wasn't merged, I know I used her a lot with, like, Roy and Camus. She was very useful on that team. So, like, there's that, but there's so much to just unpack, because over the next, like, 5 years, I kept getting more copies as pity breakers. I never went back to try and, like, get more copies on purpose. She just kept showing up. So, like, despite sinking so many orbs onto her first banner and walking away with so little, in the end, I just passively gained so many, to the point where I got +8. And I was like, alright, for Hero Fest, because of Golden Week rolled around, and I finished her there within, I think, like, 18 summons. And part of, like, the thing as I was getting them is that I wanted to create this beautiful picture. I just wanted a farm of Veronicas that Donald was maintaining. I don't know why this was so important to me, but being able to complete that after, like, 6 years, it was like, there's something so cathartic about it. And, like, despite that first experience going so bad, I think I have to give her the experience star. I just think I'm obligated to, because it's so interesting. It's such a story to talk about. Hello, Ghost. And to go off of that, Veronica's in a very unique situation for the usefulness star. Because obviously she, like, started to drop off in quality. She wasn't that good. I tried to give her fodder to make her better, but, like, I've never ended up being able to get that much use out of her in, like, past, like, her original debut. And it, like, begs the question, does she still earn the, alright, hopping in for a shower. Alright, yeah, hopefully, Ghost. Like, do I give her the usefulness star, or, like, being so useful when she wasn't +10, but now that she is, she isn't? And I think because ultimately it's still the same Veronica that I ended up using, I think I have to. And I don't know. I think just for the sake of, like, how bizarre of a case she is, she just deserves the exceptional star for being such a fucking weirdo. I don't have much to say on her for the character star. I think she's fine. Like, I think she's adorable. I don't really like her resplendent that much. And I do have it actually, but I changed off of it. But yeah, that's Veronica. Oh boy. Going off of one pain in the ass to talk about to the next. So let's get it out of the way. Dimitri's been very useful. He's very strong. He's very useful. Hold on, let me see something. Why is stream... Has the stream been, like, laggy for anyone? Because, like, it keeps slowing down on, like, my end. Like, I keep having... Like, I went back and I was back on the original Nina segment. Like, has it been lagging? Because I'm gonna be upset if it has been. Oh, God. So anyway, Dimitri. Yeah, no, Dimitri's, he's strong. I do like him as a lord. I think he's engaging to talk about. Alright, thank you, Upsal. That's great to know that at least that hasn't been going wrong. I think he's an interesting lord to talk about. Like, again, I think he's like Felix. He's interesting to dissect. But at this point, it's more about, like, dissecting him from a writing standpoint than I, like him as a character. I don't think that's a bad thing. But, I'm glad I have him. And I think I can give him the exceptional star for being so useful. Because he can just... For a good period of time, he was able to, like... He was able to tank pretty much everything he needed to. Just long enough for me to get to the most important unit that I have in my barracks right now. So I think I have to appreciate him enough for that. What I don't have to appreciate this blue bitch boy for is for making me go what I had to go through to plus 10 him. So, like, I don't remember exactly how getting him to, like, plus 5 went. Like, I want to say I summoned for him a bit on his debut. I think I made a video about summoning on that and fucked up and not recorded my audio. So I don't really remember anything off of that. But, over time, I got more. He got to plus 5, and I think he got his refine, and I was like, damn, this refine's pretty good. I should finish him. And I tried to. He was on at least, like, 3 different banners with a spark, including, like, a Hall of Forms banner. And I got jack shit. I got jack shit from trying to, like, summon on that. I only got spark copies, and I got a Forma. So I was at plus 9. And I was at my wit's end, because one of those banners was a Hero Fest, and not getting a single Dimitri off of anything that wasn't the spark was so infuriating. It was so upsetting. So what was going on was, I happened to have a leftover Binding Worlds Forma, and I rolled a Dimitri in that, and I just said, fuck it. I'm getting my last merge that way, because I had it from when I was trying to plus 10 this motherfucker. So that's the butterfly effect in action. One of them fucked me over, so another one can fuck me over. Oh god. Again, I wish I could give a negative star for some of these, but I'm not. Shez! Usefulness. I definitely made use of Shez. I love the idea of using Finish with Downfall for like 14 heal per hit. That was one of my favorite elements about using her. Plus 10ing her was pretty reasonable. She was a demote, she was fun. I like Shez a good bit. Satisfactory? Satisfactory indeed. If you don't like Shez, go suck a lemon. Go suck all those lemon. Etier. Ah. I mean, like, I think I plus 10'd her before a lot of other people. That's about all I can say. I just don't use her. I think I like had the idea like, oh, her speed is like 40, while her strength is 45. That means I should just not try and invest in her speed at all. So that's why she looks like this. And like I think I use her once in a while for like the engage what do you call it? The limited hero battles. But I don't need to anymore now that we have a lot of engage characters that are just good and strong. I don't really have anything to say about her. I think I just plus 10'd her because I thought her design was cute. And I think she's kind neat. And on the debate between Etier and Alchrist, I'm on Team Etier every day. But that's about where it ends. Summer La Rochelle. So remember when I said, like, with Nana it was hard to find a use case? It's because, like, eventually, like, La Rochelle came out, and I love this alt. I love how cute she is. I'm glad that they gave her another, like, demote for me to, like, easy merge up. Because, like, chat, no one repeat this. But I tried to, like, summon for the Halloween alt a few weeks ago. And I got jack shit. Those revival banners are so mean to me. That 4% means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, no, usefulness. I got some use out of her for a while. Like, I liked using her in, like... I know, like, compared... Like, let's just look at her compared to Nana. Like, there's not that much difference in, like, their function at all. But it's just, like, I just liked using her more. I think just because I just like La Rochelle more. And this is so weird to put, but, like... Yeah, no, I guess, like, she's technically a 5 out of 5. Because she fills all the quotas just fine, like she was a normal plus 10 project. I like her a lot. She was satisfying to use. Occasionally, she's still satisfying to use. I like her. Joshua! Alright. So again, like, Joshua is one of those units that probably teeters on the edge of the usefulness star. Where I just used him enough after I got him plus 10, where it's like, yeah, I think he earned it. I think he got that. I think he's got that dog in him. Experience. I think my story with Joshua is pretty fun. So, like, his debut was pretty similar to Bridget. I didn't go that hard for him, but I love this alt. This alt is so fucking cool. Like, he looks great. I love the idea of him, like, taking responsibility as a king. He just looks fantastic. The art is great. Let's just have a quick peek through it. Let's just have a quick peek. Like, this is awesome. Like, look at this shit. What a... Ooh. Ooh. I want to give him the exceptional star just for that, but I don't know if I can. But, like, after a while, he just pity broke me. Yeah, no, he's one of my favorite Ascendants by a mile. Like, after he pity broke me a good bit, but not in ways that were, like, annoying, like other characters. So, like, he was always, like, welcome, and then one point last year, I think they were going through just a bunch of, like, revival banners, and he pity broke me again on a banner that he wasn't the focus on, but he did have a focus banner up that I could spark on, and I was like, alright, let's just get more merges. And I got to spark, and he was like +8. And I didn't have that many orbs yet. And I thought, what would Joshua do? And Joshua would gamble because he's irresponsible. And that gamble paid off because I got the last 2 copies within, like, another, like, what, 80 orbs or so. So, like, I think, you know, I'm giving them the exceptional star for that, because that's good Ludo narrative. Joshua the Gambler supported me gambling. Yeah, no, I think, because, like, Joshua's cool. He was like, my first cool Fire Emblem Myrmidon. Like, I know I don't remember if I played Awakening or Sacred Stones first. But I remember not being as invested in Lanku as I was Joshua, because Joshua's got a sick design. And, like, yeah, no, obviously he gets the satisfaction star. He gets full marks. Joshua is appreciated around here. Alright. Speaking of fuck me, I'm such a bad talker. Phantom Cath. Phantom Cath usefulness is shocking because I am a very loud perpetrator of saying that she's shit. She's not good. Her PRF was bad when it came out, and it's bad now. But I still use her. I use her every day on, like, my crystal scoring team with Duo Nina and Ferdinand and Spring Camilla. So, like, I use her every day. I use her whenever any Binding Blade content rolls around because I don't have any better Binding Blade units. So she gets that. Let's save the experience star. Character star, again, same thing as, like, this cat, but I think it's even funnier that she's just in this cat outfit. Like, what's the purpose? Like, you're not at a Halloween party, you're dressed up as a phantom thief. Get that fucking tail off, you idiot. I love her. She's shockingly fun to use like this. Like Flared Sparrow and Occultist, while having her unique Canto, that just kind of lets her ignore, terrain that would otherwise slow her down, is really neat and useful. I think that's a really good attribute about her. It's like the one thing about her refined that has any positive qualities to it. So let's get into the experience star. Because quite frankly, I have never had more appreciation for a 5-star unit ever. She was... So going back to this, during that, like, stretch of, like, 500 orbs where I just didn't get another Duo Nina copy, I know for a fact I summoned on blue, like, what was it, like 13 times that banner. And I want to say 4 or 5 of those times were Phantom Cath. And it's like, it's almost like reassuring that, like, even if you don't like me, you do. And then, like, when her, like, original banner reran, like, I was like, alright, I'm gonna dedicate finishing her. I'm gonna dedicate to this. And I did. And it was so easy. It felt like finishing, like, a seasonal demote unit. It went shockingly smooth. Like, she had no right to be, like, this generous. I am so thankful that this unit exists purely to make me feel assured that something in this universe likes me. Eldigan. This might be controversial, chat. Might be really controversial. Because let's just start. Let's just start by looking at him. This kit does nothing. This kit does nothing. And it's not because it hasn't been updated, it's because I haven't used him. He has plus 10'd himself purely through, like, convenient pity breaks. He has appeared through just random chance on, like, arena tickets and 4-star specials. He has not been a nuisance in any way, but I have not tried to summon for this man one single time, and now I have an extra copy because I got him for my arena ticket today. And I don't need it because he's already plus 10, and I don't know what to do with him. So, like, usefulness star, he's not getting that. Character star, frankly, I think he's a little overrated. I think he's fine, but he's pretty standard for a Camus. He doesn't stand out that much for me. I don't feel any satisfaction for having him plus 10. And quite frankly, it's so tempting to just not even give him the experience star and leave him at 0 out of 5 because I just don't care. Like, I can't even say the experience is good because there was no experience. He just did it on his own. And if anything, getting more of him today has made it more frustrating that he's plus 10, because what am I even gonna do with those copies? I don't know what to do with him. Like, I don't want to be this mean and make him a 0 out of 5, but I can't speak on him. There's nothing to talk about. I'm just gonna do it. Tea time tail 2. Say that 5 times fast. She's fun to use. Her weapon mixed with Desperation 4. Desperation 4 is one of my favorite skills in the game right now, and it's such a shame more units just don't have it, so that I can fodder it. I think I have exactly 1 Lysithea left over that I can give out. Participation award. You tried. I think he tried. I don't know. Experience star. Tale 2 definitely came out at the point where I could just afford to spend grails whenever I wanted. Like, character star, yeah, no, I respect her a lot as a character. I think she's a cool mother. I think she's just got a decent energy about her. I think she's satisfying. I think she's satisfying to use in a unique way. Like, she's one of my few mages that I actually use. So I think she earns that. We're on the last page, folks. We're in the last 11. Let's talk about Sheena. I think this is the last old unit that I plus 10'd on purpose. The rest of them are either pretty much new, like units that have been released in the last, like, a little over a year, or a character that I didn't intend, like someone else. But as for Sheena, I plus 10'd her because I just like her art. She has a cipher card that's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful cipher card. And it's just like, God, I wish this woman got more art in this game. And when she got her Resplendent, I was like, thank God. There is some justice in that world. In this world. Like, she just looks great. This is a beautiful woman. Like, it almost makes me want to play Arcanea. But not that much. But unfortunately, like, there's not much to talk about. I just don't use her. Like, I want it. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I pick up, like... For those that aren't aware, that new OC, Thyazi, she's a rearmed unit. And her axe is really good. It's got, like, flat attack-based DR, and it's got a first attack special jump, so you can just hit with pretty good specials. Like, pretty fast. Like, it's a good axe. Don't forget to you know, part of the reason I wanted to just do this stream now, so I could just get my mind off the election. This is just a space. I don't want to, like, think about that right now. It's a very stressful time. So, God, I hate putting her only in 1, because I don't think I can give her the exceptional star. I just don't think I can. Alright, it's the star of the show time. Usefulness, I use Patty all the time. I love this kit. I'm so thankful Tempest is useful. She's very solid. She's very fun to use. Experience star, I managed to plus 10 her pretty quick, partly because I was summoned so hard on her banner. And, you know, she happened pretty fast for a unit that just didn't have a focus banner, and when she did have it, I only got one copy. It's better to just wait, and just wait for an actual focus unit that you want, that is premium, that you can't get randomly, and just wait for that. I learned that firsthand with her. Character star. She gets the exceptional star for that. I fucking love Patty. I'm in the middle of working on a video that's trying to elaborate and explain why I feel the way I feel about her. And I hope that video, it doesn't have to be successful. I just want to make it so that I'm not disappointing myself. I don't know when I'll be able to pull it out. There's so much on my plate content-wise that I have to do. Like I said, there's stuff I want to do. Like, I want to do that embargo run in Sacred Stones. I don't know if I want to do Kingdom Hearts anymore, or maybe later down the line. But one thing I do know I want to do right now is, like, Zero Time Dilemma, because I think it'd just be really funny. Like, I just think that's a very funny game. Let's just not mince any more words. Patty's at the top. Of course she is. I'm very happy with her implementation in FEH. I'm so grateful that she got to be hero number 1,000. It means something very deeply to me. That makes me very happy. Like, I think that's a reasonable, like, statement to make. Female Kana. She just barely passes the useful star check, because if my summoning session on Hresvelger's banner the other day didn't go the way it did, she would not have this star right now. But yeah, no, she's solid. She can handle, like, Emblem Ike. That's pretty important. She can handle some other things. She kind of needs Arcane Fellstone, because Arcane Grima's pretty bad. Like, right now it doesn't accomplish much. But experience, she's a TT unit. Kana's basically the same as FEH, where I don't really care about her as a actual character. She's just a cute kid. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's nothing gripping about it either. I guess she earns the satisfaction star because she's just alright to use. She feels fine to use. There's not much to say on her. B. B was the first unit I plus 10'd after my FEH break. Let me get another swig of water. Let me also make sure my stream is up to date. It is not. Okay. So FEH. Yeah, no, I like FEH a good bit. Like, as a unit, I get some use out of her. Like, not a ton, unfortunately, because we'll get to you in a moment. We'll get to you. She's not bad. She's just not exceptional. She's useful for some, like, FE4 related map stuff. As an experience, yeah, no, she was fine. I got a good amount of her on her debut without spending that much. And then she kind of just slowly tripped more as, like, time went on. I like FEH as a character. She kind of just reminds me of, like, a less charismatic Patty. Like, I don't think her design carries her as hard. I don't think her personality carries her as hard. But she's still likable. Like, she's still, like, a responsible young woman that tries to, like, get her brother to do the right thing. Like, in that regard. Like, that's how I relate her to Patty. And, yeah, no, I guess she deserves a satisfaction star, too. Why not? Alright. Mavier. So Mavier's another unique case. So, of course, he's one of the units that he still sees use, and yeah, this is the reason why. Well, we're about to get to her. Well, like, obviously Mavier sees use. He's mainly a support unit for me. I know a lot of people use him correctly as a more offensive unit. And he can use some skills, some more recent skills pretty well. Like, I think... No, I don't think that's not that bad of a thing to say, Absol. Like, there's a lot of, like, the Gen 2 casts that are just kind of alright. Kind of just feel like repeats of their parent. But, for Mavier's case, Mavier, he's just good support. I like having him as a support unit. Like, he gets the job done, and, yeah, no. I kind of just plus 10'd him sort of off of a whim, but it was a whim that was well educated. Like, I didn't just do it for the sake of it. And as a result, he's pretty satisfying to use. I don't think I can give him the character star, because I'm just not that invested into him as a character. I don't dislike him. I think he's neat, but I'm just not that deeply engaged with this character. He kind of reminds me of Gilbert, just somehow less of a piece of shit despite being part of a murder cult. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like, they're both very repentant characters, except one of them abandoned his daughter, and the other one was part of a murder cult for a dragon. And yet Mavier somehow comes out the more likable one. That's kind of funny when you reflect on it. But yeah, no, that's Mavier. And the reason I plus 10'd him is because of what he does with Mia. Yukata Mia, I think, is a deeply underestimated unit. This is a fucking nasty unit. She is so strong. Like, usefulness, she just gets the exceptional star right off the bat. She is so strong. With any sort of, like, just normal, like, status support. Like, Mavier gives her Hexblade and Null Panic, which are two things she really wants. Like, she likes Hexblade because it just helps her target more defensive-heavy enemies, which I feel like a lot of recent things kind of are. And Null Panic is just, I think, is really underrated right now. Like, I know not that many things give it out, but Panic is so good at this point in time that having Null Panic on her is really valuable. But of course, that's just mixing her with, like, Mavier. Experience. She was a pretty fun unit to plus 10, honestly. Like, I got several repeats of certain characters. I know Merrick was one. There were at least 2 other repeats. Ascended Merrick, I mean. There were at least 2 other characters I got several copies of. I should probably remember this better, given this unit is only 3 months old. But, I don't know. Character, I like Mia a bunch. She's just a fun character because of how, like, Faye integrated her character, where she's just a little goofy. She's just got that really appealing charm to her that's just kind of camp. She's great. She's so satisfying to use. I played Summoner Duels R, like, this weekend, and I used her as, like, my main unit. And it's honestly so funny to see how just, like, a little bit of strategy and mixing her with, like, good team pairing, it just carried me pretty far for, like, what I ended up doing. And we still have 4. Oh, I never added Marnie to the brigade. Celica! Okay, so I want to say, like, Celica's a very similar story to Eldigan, where she kind of just plus 10'd herself over time. She pity breakered, and she kept being like a 4-star special, and she kept being an arena ticket. Not as much as Eldigan on the arena ticket end, so I'm less frustrated in that regard. But, like, I'm just not using her. Like, I used her a little bit when she was new, which is better than I can say for Eldigan. So, like, for that, I want to at least give her, like, I don't know if it's fair to give her the experience star for that and not Eldigan. But, like, At least there was a point where I wanted Celica merges. Like, I'm iffy on her character. Like, I don't dislike her, I'm just not that into her. And the rest of her qualities, yeah, no, it's just whatever. I think it's just funny to have Eldigan be the only person that doesn't have a score. Finette, very new GHB. Pretty fun to use, good usefulness. I used her a bit during that, like, SDR stint I was talking about, but I eventually replaced her with Duo Thor. But I still use her a little bit for, like, content, like grinding TT and forging bonds and stuff. Grail unit, easy to do. Have plenty of grails, plenty of stars. I like Finette as a character. Let's just get her out of the way. Satisfactory. I like Finette. I think she's pretty neat. She has infantry pulse as well, instead of just breath of life. So if I just want to focus more on her being a no quarter user, then that's the option that I can use. Leith. Halloween Leith. Usefulness. I've been using her a lot. She's very fun to use. Honestly, just for that alone, I think I should just give her the exceptional star. I like using her a lot. I like her a lot as a character. I think she's a very important reminder that, like racism is like a, not really a two-way street, but like, you can't just expect people to just, there's no such thing as a perfect victim where people will just sit down and take racism. And I think that's an important lesson, that like, people can be hurt in different ways, and seeing Leith grow past it and in like Radiant Dawn is really cool. It's a really cool little arc for her. And yeah, I think having her as a Halloween unit is also really good, because Halloween's my favorite holiday. And yeah, no, plus hitting her was good. Just satisfying. Let's just put her up there. She deserves it. I'm so glad I have a plus 10 Halloween unit that I really like. I wish it could have been like Lara Shell or Dazla, but Leith is cool too. Yunaka. Yunaka. We're nearing the end. We're nearing the end. So, obviously, she's pretty useful. She was pretty strong. She's fallen off a bit. Good luck with that Absol. That banner's ending tonight, Jesus. Hopefully she won't color share when her DSH rolls around, because that'll be a problem. If she doesn't, though, she should be reasonable to finish on that. Yunaka, yeah, no, she's strong enough. She's useful enough. I use her a bit. Character star, I like her a good amount. I don't super love her, but she's a good engaged character. She is probably my third favorite, but I don't think that's high enough to give her the exceptional star for that. She's fun to use, though. As for experience, Yunaka is kind of like part of the reason why I quit in the first place. Because, like, I got her, like, +7 on her debut, and that wasn't going that well. I was going well past, like, 4% way too regularly. And, like, then her DSH rolled around, and that was after I quit. Because, like, I just kept having bad summoning session after bad summoning session. Where, like, in the amount of orbs I threw at Yunaka on her debut, I should have +10'd her. I just didn't, because I was unlucky. And then, like, I returned briefly for DSH in, like, March or so. And that went poorly. I just needed 2 Yunakas, and then I would buy FEH Pass for the last copy. I got 3 Nerthus, New Year's Nerthus. And that pissed me off. And I was only able to +10 her, like, this recent DSH. And luckily I didn't have to go past Spark for that. And I'm thankful that happened, but I'm annoyed that, like, I had the issue in the first place. So I don't think, in good faith, I can give her the experience star. And it kinda sucks to see her in 3 out of 5, but, like, that's just how it is. She's just not as useful as I wish she was. I like her a lot as a character, but not enough for the exceptional star. And she just... Trying to plus 10 her sucked. It sucked. It was bad. Marnie. Last one for the night. And then I guess I'll wrap up and tell you what I'm thinking of doing soon. Because I don't know. So, usefulness. I've been using Marnie a lot. She is a shockingly good Brave Felix answer. Like, not to kill him. Like, you actually need a unit dedicated to killing Felix. But she does something so important. And that's keeping him from killing your units. Like, basically Permanent Miracle is so fucking insane. And if you give her a Mystic Boost, he just doesn't do enough damage to her. Like, she can just heal most of it off. And, like, she's so bulky. I used her in that Summoner Duels run that I was talking about, with Mia. And she's so bulky. Like, ranged unit, melee units, they just can't do anything to her. They have such a hard time getting through her. Like, granted, she's not perfect, but she doesn't need to be. Like, she doesn't do damage, but she doesn't need to, because she helps facilitate the game slowing down. And this game is so fucking fast now. Like, despite, like, Emblem Sigurd having Fatal Smoke, she still deals with him really well. Like, she's still really good at just not giving a shit about that asshole. And it's reassuring. It's nice that she's just a solid unit. Like, a really good GHB. Like, I want to give her the exceptional star for that, and you know what, I will. I think she earned that. Because as a GHB, she's so good. Like, I'm trying to look back at all these, because I'm pretty sure the last GHB unit I plus 10'd was... Okay, well, there's Mavir, but Mavir was because I wanted that Mia support. He was a good Mia support. The one before him was like, what? I think it was like Ashnard. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy that it took this long for them to get off their ass and make a GHB that stands on their own. That's just this good and this satisfying to use. And like, yeah, I plus 10'd her last night. It's good. I wish I could... I do like Marnie. I think, like, the way her backstory is very ham-fisted, and I think the fact that everyone's kind of just a little kind of accepting of the fact that, again, she was just a leader of a murder-death cult, effectively. But, like, she was still, like, somewhat sympathetic. There's still a point to, like, her backstory where it's like, that still sucks to learn about. To understand about her. That helps you, like, realize things about her character. And, like, even if it's not presented that well, it still resonates with me to a certain extent. And I'm ending this night on a high note. We're giving Marnie full marks. It's shocking, but yeah, no, I think she earned it. And I think, yeah, I think that's a good note to just end on. So let's just move over to the standby, and yeah. So everyone, thank you for powering through me, especially Absol and Emblem and Gregster, for just sticking with me dealing with the mic issues. I don't know what caused that. I'm genuinely just beyond confused why that happened, but I'm glad they cleared up. But yeah, no. I don't know if I'll stream again in the near future. Because there's just a lot of, like, stuff I want to do. Like, I have commissions open, and I haven't gotten that many right now, but just in case I do, I want to keep that time open at least a little bit. So that I can, like, do art for myself and do art for money. And, you know, hold on, let me just get a quick, we can just look at the final tier list together. Like, I know you all saw it, but whatever. Yeah, no, this is how we ended. I'm pretty satisfied with, like, how everything, like, looks. Like, yeah, no, I don't really have any regrets with this. Like, everyone's about where they should be. I think it's spread out pretty reasonably. Like, it was fun. It was fun reminiscing and just talking with you all. I hope you all had a fun time. If I do stream again soon, it'll either be Sacred Stone's Embargo Run, or it will be Zero Time Dilemma. So anyone that's, like, interested in that, seeing Eldikin is so fun. It's just, I don't, he just showed up without asking and ate all my chips. So yeah, no, I don't know when I'll stream again. Hopefully it's one of those two things pretty soon. For those not aware, the main reason Zero Time Dilemma might take a bit is because I want to wait for Speedy and Professor Bopper to finish Virtue's Last Reward. Because it's not that I want to swoop in and steal the viewers, but I think it would help, like, the people that I share an audience with have the context of that game fresh on their minds when I start ZDT, so I don't just go into some random third game in a series blind for everyone. But, yeah, no, I think that'll be it for tonight. Thank you all for being here with me, and I hope you have a great rest of the night. Later, divas.